Hello, everybody, and welcome to podcast number 46 of The Real Estate Show. I'm Cherise Selley, and with me is Shawna Uehling.
Hi, all.
It's so good to be back with you, Shawna. And wow, okay, so I said that today's topic is that the headwinds are changing, literally, because the wind blew our hair out of orbit before
What
we
is up
walked
with the
in.
wind this spring?
It's insane.
It's driving me crazy.
Please, wind, go away.
I'm nervous.
Can we have some rain and not wind?
Totally.
We need it. We need it. But and the headwinds are changing in real estate. You know, we're going to get to that topic more in a little bit. But Shawna, finally, as we shoot this podcast, which we're shooting on May the 12th, what's interesting is that we do have our April stats out.
And what are they, girl?
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so the average home sales price is $561.
Woo.
907. So it went up 4.1% from March. Okay, it's up 16.6% from April of 2021. So that is the El Paso County stats for single family homes, and that includes Colorado Springs and Teller County. Mm-hmm. Well, it includes, I'm sorry, not Teller County, it includes El Paso County, which is Colorado Springs, Black Forest, Monument, those areas. Mm-hmm. What's also interesting is that the home prices have gone up, if you can believe this. At the beginning of the year, in January, the average home price was $494,954.
I can actually believe that.
So that's
how much it's gone up.
Yes, we started there. We're up on the average home price $66,953 since January.
That's crazy.
So again, headwinds are changing though. So things are shifting even through these crazy numbers that we're going through. The month's supply of inventory has finally gone up a little bit. So for this last month, it went up from 0.5 to 0.7. It's up 4%.
Okay.
So up 4% for month's supply. So we're still under a month supply, but it's rising. And the other thing, buyers, you finally have options.
Come back to us.
It's true. There's more options. So as far as the stats, 705 homes to 969 active homes. There was a 37.4% increase in inventory in just 1 month.
Yeah.
So 37% more. There's more homes on the market. Interesting, though, showings are not really going up. But inventory is going up. Prices are still going up. Interest rates are going up. Shawna, how does this practically translate? As you just listed, I mean, we've had the whole spectrum of listings.
Yeah.
So, but one of them was under this average price. You had a 450 listing. Explain what just happened on that one as far as showings.
Yeah, not as many as I thought we were going to have. We probably ended up with 15 showings in 2 days for the weekend. Okay. And we ended up with 3 offers. So we still had, a multiple offer situation, but not as high as some of them. I had a listing maybe 2 months ago in that range, and we had 70 showings. So that's just in 2 months, the difference.
So it went from 70 showings to 15.
Yeah.
At the same price range.
Yeah.
And they were both similar as far as maybe the size of the home, weren't they?
Yeah, they were similar. This last one was a little more updated and a little newer, but they were, similar. But
so
yeah.
a little bit more for the money on this last one without the number of showings or the number of offers.
Right.
So that is, I'm getting signs of this. I was just on the phone with a very high-end builder today. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciated him. And, we were talking about some things because there was a development opportunity that I saw that came online today. And I called him about it. Mm-hmm. And he said, well, I wish this conversation was maybe 2 months ago because of inflation, because of some things that are changing. He doesn't have the same confidence about a development that he might have literally 2 months ago.
Right. It's true. A lot has changed in 2 months. I was looking at the pre-qual letters coming in on that offer, and almost everyone was right at 5% on their,
Wow.
on their pre-approval letters coming in. And, that's pretty significant, because I wonder what it's going to do by the end of the year. I don't know. Feds are going to raise again, so we'll see.
Well, we both have heard rumors that it will, maybe go down for a little bit, but then go back up again. I don't really know.
You don't know.
But I do think, and we've heard that, rates may end up at 6% by the end of the year. We really can't tell you because it's way beyond some of our control.
Yeah, and I think for buyers, what's important to keep in mind is the inventory is, we're getting more inventory. Mm-hmm. Houses are staying on the market a little longer than they used to. So the buyers that may be, pieced out at the beginning of the year and were like, forget it, I'm not competing with this, give it another look. Start loosely looking, because you might get lucky right now with, more inventory and not as many offers coming in.
That's really true.
Buyers or sellers, and, advice for them, maybe not be listing as high as you think you can get, because some people are getting stuck right now.
I would say that's a big thing, because we are seeing in certain categories, like I'm getting calls from listing agents. I got one actually last week. It was really interesting. The first call I've had from anybody since before COVID about a listing that came up in a zip code that I often sell in. Mm-hmm. And that agent wanted me to, quote, be aware of this listing that I had already seen go on the MLS. Mm-hmm. But it was a call because they weren't having showings.
Yeah.
And so, guys, we're not saying this to say the market is dead, because statistically, we are still at historically low inventory. Mm-hmm. And so it's not about the market being dead, and it's not about the fact that, sellers, the sky is not completely falling, but your opportunity for your greatest gains, as the winds change, things are shifting. And I would say that I was looking at one of these high-end deals and doing the math about the mortgage change, mm-hmm. the jumbo mortgage change, and a $1.4 million loan could cost about $1,800 more a month now than it did at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. And so when I've got people saying, or a seller saying, why is the market slower? Why am I not getting the showings that we thought? Well, what was happening 2 or 3 months ago is so different on that scale, because literally it could be almost a $2,000 jump in the high-end market for what the payments are.
Right.
It doesn't mean, again, that the market's dead. There's still a lot of cash in this market. Mm-hmm. There are still a lot of people that have pulled their money out in cash. So I would say, Shawna, you and I both know pricing and staging are key for sellers. Mm-hmm. And condition is key. You don't expect multiple offers if you're a seller on every transaction right now.
Yeah.
But for buyers, I think you nailed it. Say it again. What should buyers be doing if they were kind of pulled out at the beginning of the year?
Start loosely looking, get in there and, start looking at the MLS again. And there's more inventory coming up. And some of the sellers, they might not have sold the first weekend they listed, and they're like, oh, get nervous. It's a good time to look at some of the listings that might have been on for 14 days plus.
Wow, 14 days. 14 whole days.
It must have structural problems.
No, seriously. No. It is funny, though, like how we look at things now, going, oh, that's been on for a few weeks or a month, and there may not be a thing wrong with the property.
Yeah, there's probably not, more than likely.
So be realistic, buyers, that the sky isn't completely falling yet. Mm-hmm. But I think that if you do, this is a chance to make an offer that you may not have had accepted before.
Yeah.
And I would say this, there's a lot of information coming across that I'm reading that says reprioritize your home search based on what you can afford now.
Yeah. Because
what you could afford last year is different. And so here's this juxtaposed thing. This is the struggle. Is that the average consumer right now, because of inflation, they're spending like $500 more a month just to live than they were this time last year. That's not housing costs. That's just living. Mm-hmm. And so that means $500 more a month just to live. A buyer would need to buy a home at about $40,000 cheaper in order to make up that deficit.
Yeah. And I think people are looking into the future with no end in sight on that too. It doesn't look like it's going to be a quick turnaround. So I think people are trying to be a little more cautious than they used to be.
So maybe reprioritizing buyers if you are feeling the pinch, and we all are at times, but reprioritizing what you can afford. And then getting out there and looking again.
Yeah. And maybe looking at some fixer-uppers that you can put some elbow grease into and some sweat equity.
Yes.
Get a good price on it and make it yours.
Shawna, you have an amazing way of seeing the potential in properties. I think that's one thing that our group really does specialize in. Mm-hmm. And we have great teams of people that can help that happen.
We do. We'd love to help you.
So thank you so much for tuning in, not turning in. I'm about to turn in with the wind.
Is it night time for you?
It might be night time. It's not even lunchtime. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we're here to help you because there are so many dynamics to what is happening in these market shifts. And we're taking it literally day by day, week by week. But we're on top of it so that you don't have to try to navigate through these waters without guidance.
That's right.
So thank you so much for tuning in, and we can't wait to catch you next time.